Vote no on one, because the term limits of 8 years, 2 terms, make a lot of sense. We ought to keep them. Vote against 2, in my opinion, because any time I hear that they're moving an election from one in which a bunch of people turn out to a year and a time in which few people turn out, I don't like it. I think we want to hold elections when the most people get to say something, not when the least people get to say something. I'm from Virginia. We hold our governor's race this year. Why? Because they don't want everyone to come out and vote. And that's sad. And that's what I believe 2 is about. Now, I know some people think, well, maybe there'll be more focus on local races if we hold it in an off year. But the truth is, this is a mess. You're going to have 2 elections no matter what, as I understand it, because the prosecuting attorney is going to be in the even year, even if they move, even if 1 and 2 pass, you'll still have elections both years. It's a mess. And I believe that it's designed to find an election day in which fewer of you come out to vote. And that is also wrong. And then I want to just say real quick on 3, I like ranked choice voting. And I like it not because I think it will fundamentally change the person that gets elected, but because it means that we no longer have this spoiler effect. Voters get more choices, and Chris will go into much more detail on this, but by being able to rank different candidates, we all know in 2000, Ralph Nader was the spoiler. Oh, it's terrible, he spoiled it, Gore would have won otherwise. But what about all the people who voted for Gore, who actually believed Nader was closer to the truth? Now, I'm not a big fan of either of them politically. I mean, I actually like Ralph Nader quite a lot, but I disagree with most of his positions. What about the libertarian candidate? In this state, you've had a number of libertarians who've run for office and cost the Republican the race. So how many people voted for the Republican who really wanted to vote for someone else? I liked ranked choice voting because it means you get out of that silly system where instead of voting how you believe, you vote to pick a winner. Picking a winner is about a one-time election. Voting how you believe is about changing the world to make it a better place. And I believe that with ranked choice voting, the voter gets to say more and create a process in which that belief system, their passion about different issues, gets to be part of the process, instead of being shunted aside so that we can all try to pick the winner. So what all 3 of these issues have in common is they're about voters having more choices, not fewer. And 1, 2, and 3, from term limits in which they want to serve in office longer and use the power of incumbency to shut people out, to changing the election day so that it can be at a date where fewer of you show up, to changing the ranked choice voting, repealing it in order that you will have fewer choices and less say-so on the ballot. We may disagree about all kinds of things, but I know virtually every person I run into, whether they are on the far left, far right, or anywhere in between, believes in a process in which voters ought to have say-so. Measure 1, 2, and 3 are about undercutting that fundamental tenet of democracy. And that's why not only should you vote no, but you might want to vote heck no.